Hi, my name is Barry, and I'm about to share this incident with you all. I used to live in Washington, D.C., and I had three friends back then: Donald, Joe, and George. We used to have a lot of fun together. One day, the four of us made a plan to meet at the 7-Eleven at around 10 p.m. But that evening, I got a call from Donald, and he said that it was impossible for him to make it out with us. Well, there was nothing I could do about it. Anyways, I took out my car, and I was heading towards the 7-Eleven picking George and Joe on the way. Finally, we reached our destination, and as I was about to pull over, I could see a familiar face. Yes, it was Donald. He came towards my car and said, "Hello there." "Hey, did you say you had a night shift today?" I asked. "Oh, yeah. You see, since it was the end of the month, my boss just told us that we were free to go. And so here I am." Anyways, I was happy that the four of us were there together. We bought some big bites and were just chilling around. That's when Donald said, "Hey guys, have you ever heard of the Johnson Mansion? It's like just 5 miles away from here. The locals believe that the place is haunted. How about we check it out by ourselves?" "Oh, hell yeah, let's go," George said. "Wait, what? You are a deafish punk? There's no way we're going in there." "Ha! I knew it, Joe. I knew it. I knew it that you were a chicken." "No, Donnie, that is not true." I intervened and said, "Both of you, calm down. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in that house for you to be afraid of, Joe. And besides, you have the three of us with you. So what do you say?" Joe hesitantly said yes, and then the four of us got in my car and we started driving towards the mansion. Finally, we reached the mansion. The mansion looked very old and quite spooky from outside, but this didn't seem to shake us one bit, except for Joe. The door to the mansion was locked, but luckily we found a broken window and we used it to get inside the building. All of us turned on the flashlights from our phone and were wandering around. Josh then insisted that we split into two groups and explore this entire mansion and rip up whatever we could find. Donald and I were in one group, and George and Joe in the other. Donald and I started exploring the second floor while the other two were in the first floor. As we searched rooms after rooms, I got an uneasy feeling. "Hey, do you smell that?" Donald asked. That's when him and I started to get a foul stench. We then started walking down the corridor. We then noticed that there was a room at the dead end. As we were heading towards the room, we could hear sounds coming from the room. Sounds of somebody crying in pain. At this point, Donald and I started to get freaked out a little. And surprisingly, we were getting the smell from the very room. "Jesus, what are we doing in this place?" I said to myself. That's when George and Joe arrived, and George said, "Guys, look, I found a parchment stating that these lands were once inhabited by a Skinwalker beforehand." All of us were so shocked after listening to what George just said. There was a complete silence in the environment. That's when I got suspicious about the bad smell. We all looked towards the closed door of the room, and we stood in front of it. We knew that the bad smell was coming from the very room. I opened the door, and when I did, I really wished that I never opened it. We had all seen something that we never wanted to see. There was a huge pile of corpses. We all started screaming at what we had just witnessed. I was so perturbed at what I'd just seen. That's when we started to hear somebody's footsteps. It was heading in our direction. We were all so scared. Without thinking for a second, the four of us ran towards the exit that was the window, got into the car, and sped off into the distance. I never dared to look back. We didn't say a word until I had to drop a petrified and traumatized Joe who had soiled his pants out of fear. Later, I dropped George, and as I was driving towards Donald's house, I got a call from an unknown number. Unsure of who it was, I answered the call. I put the phone on loudspeaker. "Yes? How can I help you?" I asked. "Oh, hey, Barry. It's me, Donald. You see, my phone battery was dead, and so I had a call from my colleague's phone. I just called to apologize, and that I couldn't make it out with you guys today since I had a lot of work back at the office. But don't worry, buddy. We'll surely meet again, and the next time, the dinner's on me. Is that okay, Barry?" After listening to whatever the person on the other side said, it felt like as though my entire heart was exposed to the freezing weather of Siberia in the winter. It turns out that the sounds of the footsteps that we heard in the mansion was actually the footsteps of a police officer who was trying to investigate the mansion since there were a lot of complaints about the people going missing. The police force broke into the building just minutes after we got out of the place. Unfortunately for them, they never got any clues about the murders. And they never will.